This is Tachi again with Clan Pillagers, and we're doing a war recap. We lost a lot of our replays for this with a maintenance break, but we did manage to grab a couple. This is Squeak Style's attack. He is doing a go-ho. The lure there was real nice because he was able to trigger one of the bombs and get the lure and drop down the double poison with the CC poison spell. His golems go down. Breakers, the spring trap hits him. I don't know how the golem didn't trigger that, but luckily he brought 2 sets. Very smart. He gets his heroes in there, nice little funnel. Heroes coming in, engaging the queen, takes the queen out. Not a super difficult base, but it does have high walls, so the golems, he has to be focused with his kill squad, and the hogs are coming in there. Slowly coming in on the side. I think he's trying to trigger some bombs that might be in that spot there, or he's just checking to see if, yep, there's one. This base had not been hit prior to him, so he is just doing his best to try to scout as much as he can. As you can tell there's a bomb that just triggers. Drops his heal. He did finally give his jump in the core. That was a little late, but he was probably super focused on the hogs. He is a newer 3-star attacking TH9. Been 9 for a while prior to this, but he is working on his 3-star hits. And the way he attacked the base, he was able to really cut out a lot of the DGB placement. Took a lot of the risk out of it. Probably a symmetrical DGBs on the opposite side. We only saw 3 of the 4, but good hit, good 3. And then the second hit is a Laloon by Ikis, and he comes in from 2 angles to try to really make sure that he grabs both of those ADs. I actually hit this base first and failed. My kill squad, the lava popped and pulled mine away from the southeastern air defense, and because of that my queen didn't get the southern AD. They only got the northern side and then jumped more towards the core. So Ikis was smart, and he saw my error. I mean, the AD's right on the edge there, so it was really a shame. But he takes care of it here, takes his time, grabs both the ADs. Queen has some good tanking going on. And then here comes the loons from really wide, drops his lavas down. The key to this base is getting those loons sweeping through the base, because what happens is if your loons split up, they tend to clump towards the core, and then the Teslas take them all out while they kind of wander around. So you kind of have to come in like a boa constrictor. You want to kind of really swing your loons around the edges and then close all at once on that core section. Surprisingly more difficult than it looks, even though the ADs are very accessible. What happens is your loons are no longer tanking. The lavas aren't tanking for your loons while the Teslas are engaged in the core. Luckily Ikis was able to follow my game plan, just execute better and grab those 2 ADs. And the rest of this is just cleanup. While the fancy song was playing at the beginning, you could see this war was nearly perfect. We had 3-starred every base, 24 of the 25 bases. Only the first base was not starred. It was a TH11, and we didn't have any TH11s on our side for the war, and we just didn't have the firepower. The one hit that was legitimate had a miscue, so it was a very good war for us. Tons of stars, really cool to see that kind of destruction. Hopefully we can continue that into the future. Thanks. Check us out on the forums, in the recruiting threads, Clan Pillagers. We are recruiting TH9s, some TH8s, and 10s and 11s possibly if you're familiar with hitting fellow 10s and 11s for at least 2 stars. Thanks again.